Baam versus White is having many people up in arms within the Tower of God community debating the strength of Baam. So let's go ahead and break down Baam's strength, White's strength, and whether or not all of this power Baam has newly acquired will hurt the overall story. Let's begin with a refresher course covering Baam's abilities. I won't dive into all of them or the techniques, just the major ones SIU likes to remind us of in this latest arc. Technique Replication. Baam can copy his opponent's techniques regardless if it's a ranker level or regular level simply by seeing it once or taking direct contact to his body. The Shinsu Orb is a rare skill only talented people in tension control can master. Orbs are tools that maximize the user's Shinsu. Thorns can drastically improve and enhance Baam's flow control of Shinsu. The second Thorns fragment has space controlling abilities. Also, SIU has mentioned that the Thorns are indeed a growing weapon, meaning it can grow to be stronger than it already is and that it would burst out when needed or when SIU needs it conveniently for Baam. Anyway, Baam is currently in possession of 2 out of the 4 Thorns. Power of the Souls, awarded to Baam by Albelda in the Hell Train. It has a tremendous power because it is the culmination of White's stored power when he was once a Fugslayer and High Ranker. The Blue Thressa, according to Hell Joe, the Blue Thressa's power is equal to the power of that of a Guardian. Even if that statement isn't 100% accurate, we can still infer that the Blue Thressa, even containing a fraction of that power equivalent to that of a Guardian, is still an impressive feat. Baam also has the Red Thressa, although there are no currently techniques derived from that power, but it's safe to say it's another boost in power to Baam's already stacked abilities. Each Thressa has a level 1 transformation, and the Red Thressa specifically has a level 2 transformation. These transformations are strong enough to break through a high ranker's attack and even harm them in the process, like we saw Baam do to Gado. Baam also has the Black March, one of the 13-month series, a B-rank needle currently absorbed inside of him. And lastly, Baam has trained under Jinsu Ha, Han Sang-yu, Evankhell, and Kun and Dwan. And he's an irregular, meaning naturally he can display enormous strengths, even being labeled as the symbol of fear within the tower. White, quickly just to touch upon White's strength. White was the 10th Slayer of Fug, a high ranker in his prime, part of the REA family known for their sword prowess and techniques. Held his own against Caliban, who Caliban has faced off against Jinsu Ha, known to be in the top 100 high rankers, thus White's strength can be deemed relative to that status. Now let's talk about what went down in the most recent chapters between White and Baam's battle. White dealt a fatal blow to Baam back in chapter 506, reflecting deeply on how his weakness led to tragedies happening to his friends. He tapped into this new inner power and strength known as the Ultimate Revolution mode, got the name from the Tower of God wiki. Needless to say, in Baam's Ultimate Revolution mode, 1. Baam is energized and seems completely unhindered by the injuries he suffered at White's hand. 2. Now has the ability to restore others from severe injuries like he did by resurrecting Arya and healing her wounds. 3. Has enhanced Shinsu reinforcement, dramatically enhancing Baam's prowess in Shinsu reinforcement, and draw upon the powers of the Red and Blue Thressa to further improve his physical capabilities. So, the million-dollar question: does it seem abnormal to believe that Baam has attained new strength equal to and now even surpassing White in his prime? My answer is yes and no. When you account for all of Baam's abilities as I just mentioned, I don't doubt that his strength in this new Ultimate Revolution mode is equivalent to that of a high ranker, but I think the problem some people are having with this, myself included, is the gap between Baam and his friends are already astronomically high, so what relevance will they have or even serve in the future? Baam's perspective of his weakness leading to the death of Arkraptor and Prince only sounds like he should ditch his friends and climb the tower alone going forward because they're deemed a liability. I hope Tower of Gods doesn't morph into a situation like Dragon Ball Z and the cast of the Z Fighters. For those of you who don't know, in DBZ, the Z Fighters, even if you can rank them from weakest to strongest, they were all somewhat comparable in strength, with the exclusion of Saiyans obviously, but as the story of DBZ progressed, it quickly morphed into the Saiyan show, to even Dragon Ball Super now just being the Goku and Vegeta show. I don't know about you guys, but I personally enjoy the earlier chapters of Tower of God because it felt like Baam and his friends together were destined for greatness, and Baam's status of being an irregular was a narrative thread of him being destined to shake the foundation of the tower, not a convenient power-up to get him out of a situation. SIU power creeping Baam equivalent to high ranker status generates hype at first, but now at what cost? I really enjoyed season 2 of Tower of God because it really balanced out his strength, even as an irregular, due in part to us actually witnessing the constant hardships he encountered. When you look at his battle with White in Hell Train Station and his battle with Kaiser back at the Name Hunt Station, for example, those victories felt more rewarding to me, plus the involvement of the supporting cast felt all the more relevant. If Baam is backed into a corner again, why should any of us care? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Baam summoned Exodia to defeat his enemies. But are you guys really okay to accept that Baam at this point in the story is already stronger than Yuri, ranked top 500 within the tower? I'm sure SIU will give Baam difficult opponents, but at this point, that just narrows it down to the family heads and the direct descendants. Everyone else not labeled in either of those categories sadly won't matter and shouldn't be a threat in most readers' mind. Baam's new strength also diminishes the significance of the war arc since he can heal others, eliminating most if not all tension and suspense for the remainder of the arc. The Cat Tower is far from over, but Yama and Baam's new strength, I can't help, make things less suspenseful now. I understand thematically why Baam has to and will defeat White, but was this battle really necessary right here and now in the Cat Tower? This is a different conversation entirely, but personally, this confrontation and battle should have been the high climactic endgame conclusion for a future arc, not a side battle conveniently thrown into the Cat Tower and all the narrative threads that the Cat Tower has already thrust upon us audience readers. I'm curious to see how SIU balances Baam's character going forward, if he does at all, and what that means to the supporting cast who's barely getting any real substantial character development as it is now. Is Baam's new strength versus White earned or a bit cheap? My name is DJ Miles. Take care.